All right, guys, welcome back to the shop. We are going down the final punch list for Brian and Robin's adventure van built by Odyssey Custom Vans. So I'll be in the camera in 1 second. Let me shut the door over here. All right, we are putting the panels on the power system for the final time. That's what we're doing right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them as we do this live stream today. Yeah, really exciting. Went through and did a second or third run, I guess, of the heater. Since I've installed it, it's been hot outside. I really haven't had to use it, but I just ran it for about a half an hour. It's primed, it's ready to go. Putting it in the back here, I've got a bunch of considerations. I've talked about them in some other live streams. Let me rotate this a little bit. There we go. One of those is, if you're going to put this in the back of the van, just have the consideration to have a couple inches on the top, sides, back, pretty obvious. There's actually a piece of diamond plate, aluminum diamond plate here, and that's like a heat shield for the batteries. But everything's tested, nothing gets hot over here. If you're wondering, having this in kind of like a confined space. If you just allow adequate room in the front, back, and sides, nice intake, should be good to go. Let's see here. So what we're doing is we are putting in well, I picked it up and now I just put it away. There we go. Also, part of this live stream is as a reference for Brian and Robin if they ever need to take this panel off to access this area. So back here you have your AC wiring. Everything's labeled as far as what everything is. This whole cable is designed to go back behind the heater. And then what I'm doing now, this is the only tricky part here, is because it's in this tight space, the one thing we have to do is we have to take this heater tube off in order to get this panel on. And in the future, what I would have done is made the pull-out drawer slide tray here from Flatline Vanco. I would have made it able to be disconnect from the floor, so you can actually take the whole entire thing out. So when I did John and Susan's van, if they ever decide to upgrade to the Flatline Vanco pull-out tray, then they can, when they bring it by the shop, we'll do that option, just so it's a little bit of a easier install. Yeah, but I've been doing these short live streams because not only just showing you guys, for the customer, for you guys, but also you've been asking a lot of really good questions, and I have a van build course that's coming out October 1st, and I'm I've got a lot of stuff to teach you guys that I've learned over the last couple of years, but the questions that you've been asking have been, they've been great, really, really good questions. Stuff that I don't really think that you guys would ask. So I appreciate those questions. So yeah, throughout this whole live stream, if you guys have any questions, 100%, just make sure you ask me in the chat and I will answer that. The chat should be working today. I know one of the live streams that stopped working for some reason, but that is good. Okay, so yeah, all you have to do is come over here, attach the hose, and then once you do that, it's pretty straightforward as how it goes on. So you'll have these 80-20 roll-in T-nuts is what they're called. And then all you got to do is take your button head screws. They're 5/16-18. So if you're messing around with this, you kind of goof and you lose it. They're really easy to find on Amazon. Not so sure about Lowe's or anything like that, because they need to be stainless. That's important that they're stainless. Yeah, but we have those right there. Now, once a year, you might want to come by and just check these. I don't Loctite them because I've talked about Loctite a lot in my videos, especially with like stainless steel hardware. If it's something you're not going to come back to, or something like these overhead cabinets, I do use Loctite on those. That's the stuff that I'm going to talk about that I would recommend that you put Loctite on. But other than that, anything else I just pass on that. Okay, next step. So that panel goes in just like that. The next step is we just bolt in our little AC panel. Our AC panel breaker is, who's on the stream? 2 people? So our AC panel breaker, we do have to pull it out because we need it to, just loosely come out. And then, just making sure that we've got everything behind there where it needs to be. So once the cables go in there, you just want to make sure that they are pulled up out of the way. And then once that's all done, Double check your connections. And everything in here is pretty set. There's nothing you can really change about it. One thing is the 12-volt power supply for just to backlight this. That's the only thing that kind of gets unplugged. So once I got that in, I'm just going to go and double check. It's only 3 bolts. It's pretty easy to take on and off. It's just more making sure that the cables are up and out of the way. Okay, looks perfect. And then we just got 4 wood screws that hold this AC breaker in. So this AC breaker, we just got 4 simple circuits. We got the main outlets. It's labeled as main cabin outlets. And then you got the galley outlets. So the main cabin outlets and the galley outlets, those are the outlets on the bottom of the sliding door on the outside and the top of the kitchen galley. And you get your water heater, then you get your microwave. And you can keep all these on all the time because microwave switched. I mean the water heater switched, the microwave stays on, and these outlets you can keep on. But if you ever wanted to make sure that these are off, you just hit the breaker off and then they'll stay off. There's some decorative little pieces here that just snap on just to make it look nice. And so that's pretty much it for this panel. So this side is all done. And then this panel over here, this is the fancy panel. I'll move the camera around so you guys can see it get put in. There you go. Let's see what I wanted to do here. Just wanted to neaten up the labeling. Yeah, so I just remembered over here, I'm actually going to keep this panel off because I need to let's see here. I'll still neaten these up. So these are the labels for the fuse panel right here. So it's important that you know what fuses are for what. So this first one that's closest to the inside of the van, this is our second alternator. So it goes by the brand WS500. This is a Wakespeed 500. And this is the control 12 volt. So this is the this is what is regulating that power coming out of the alternator itself. Okay. So we got that sticker right here. So that lets us know what this one is. And the next one we have is, this is a 12 volt sense wire. It's a 12 volt sense wire circuit for all the 12 volt senses. So you got your Dometic, RTX 2000 sense wire. You've got your Renogy sense wires, so 2 of them, and then you've got your sense wire for your so 1 sense here, 1 sense here, sense for the RTX 2000, and then we've got the sense for the Victron shunt, and then the Wakespeed regulator is sensed on the Victron shunt itself. And then the, trying to do this all off my head. The Wakespeed has its own sense. There's 2 tiny screws on the Victron shunt, not the main bolts that hold these wires, but the small screws. That's sensing the voltage in and out. And then there's also a negative terminal on the battery for a sense positive on the positive side. And then there is a wire that goes on the negative terminal for temperature sensing for the Wakespeed regulator itself. So all that is controlled by this 2 amp circuit. It's a very little amperage because it doesn't do any work. It's just for the circuitry to see voltage. It's not running anything, so yeah. So 2 amp is pretty much all you want. There's a dedicated fuse for this red LED. It's just for looks. So this is completely just for looks, so that it looks cool. That's this next one. And then finally, we have our 110 AC breaker LED. So that wire that I plugged in over here, that breaker LED is over here. I call it the breaker LED because when you plug it in, it lights up, but it also powers the circuit board that is within the AC breaker. So that is independent, and that is on this last section right here. Okay, so you have this right here. Didn't really want to put this here. I wanted it to be in some paper, but if you're in the middle of nowhere doing an adventure, if you can quickly reference this to this, that's the better way to go. Yeah, so I'm going to leave all this stuff in the van because we're actually going to take it outside. We've done all of our pressure testing for the water system. We've done our leak test. We've got our batteries topped off. We've got our electronics all set up. Getting ready to test the hot water heater switch, but I'm not going to turn the inverter on because we're going to take this outside and just take it for a lap around, and test out the wake speed. So that should be fun. So yeah, we're just kind of cleaning up stuff in the van, so we don't have all this stuff in here because we're pretty much done working on the van. Let's see if we got any questions in the chat. Southern Mofo, you the man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'll give you guys a tour here in a little bit, but yeah, I just wanted to cover that panel back there just to have it online for Brian and Robin if they ever need to take that off and I'm not available. So yeah, we're gonna take this up on the road and test it out. I'm gonna wash it and then I'm gonna bring it back inside and I'm gonna finish this right here. So this is all completely done. The only thing I'm doing over here is this panel. I'm cutting a slit out so that the blue LEDs will be powered when the system gets primed. And I've got this disconnected, so yeah, we're not going to connect it until we get it taped up and all that good stuff. But I'm keeping this here in case I need to modify this. So last night, if you watched the late night live stream, this got all put together. Everything under here is ready to go. All the plumbings. So this is done. The only thing left is to get this back panel on, and so the whole water system's ready to go. I've already got, you know, we've had this overnight for 2 days now, and you know I'm happy with. There's no leaks, so. I would say, of course, there's no leaks, but you never know. You want to be triple sure. Mainly because it's almost impossible to, unless you take those panels off, to actually see for leaks, look for leaks. Here, we'll give you a little quick inside tour, and then I will hop off here. So this outlet, this is a new addition. It's a nice open and close. I did have to modify underneath here because this button was sticking, but it's now working. Sink's been tested, good to go. All I need to do is just adjust this line. Buttons in. This area is taken care of. We got our pull-out step. Yeah. So the only thing left over here, let's bolt this down really quick and take this thing for a spin. And we'll see you guys in the next live stream.